Hello everyone, this is Optimus Prime, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Power of the Primes leader class Optimal Optimus. Now this is probably one of the most interesting designs for Optimus Prime, because I'm pretty sure this is one of, if not the only character in the entirety of Beast Wars, at least this iteration of Optimus Primal, that has 4 modes. Now, unlike the original toy, this figure only really has 3 modes because it doesn't have the, well, vehicle mode. But, it does have a few other things that the original toy did not have. So for a bit of context, the Power of the Primes leader class figures have this gimmick where it would be the figure itself, but you also had basically what the character itself was before they turned into, like, the bigger version of that character. So for example, the Power of the Primes leader class Optimus Prime was an Orion Pax figure for the cab, but you transform it and you pop it into the body of Optimus Prime and it becomes Optimus Prime. Same thing with like Hot Rod, it becomes Rodimus Prime. I thought it was pretty neat. The figures themselves were interesting to say the least, but still pretty cool. I think the Power of the Primes Optimus is still really good though, and it definitely still holds up as a decent G1, or at least current decent G1 Optimus Prime figure. And this figure right here also kind of lives up to those levels, which is pretty cool. Now, I do want to mention something. Like I said, this figure only really has 3 modes, but technically there is a 4th mode. I'll get into that in a bit, but I'm just going to mention that now. But anyways, let us get right into the figure itself. So I do want to go over the detail. This definitely 100% captures the look of Optimal Optimus from, I believe, the 3rd season? Yeah, the 3rd season of Beast Wars. They did such a great job with capturing the look of it. We don't get any of like the metallic like blue or purple like the original toy had, or even like what would be accurate to the show. That's okay, honestly, because I feel like that would have upped the price. Instead, we get, stickers. I feel like that was just a really cheap part on Hasbro. So that's not something I'm the biggest fan of, but it's a thing nonetheless. But yeah, everything here in terms of Optimal Optimus is really accurate to the original like toy and in the series, except for this. I'll get into this in a bit. This is here for a reason, but overall really cool in my opinion. Now when it comes to the articulation for this, at least this mode, you do get a swivel in the head, so it can rotate. It can technically rotate all the way around, just not really. It gets blocked by the kind of collar area, and it also gets blocked by this block on attached to his back. So yeah, the arms can rotate all the way around, like so. They can move out. If you like move them up, you can move them out about that much, in about this much. So there is a swivel right here in the elbow. You can bend at the elbow a little bit more than 90 degrees, and there is a swivel in the hand. And in the hand, there is a hinge joint for the fingers and a hinge joint for the thumb. So that is, oh, and you can also like move this around if you want, and rotate, all that kind of stuff, but that's more for transformation. For the legs can kick forward about, actually, that's really about how much you can kick it forward. Can't really kick it back due to the blockage in the back. Move the legs out, they can spread fully, which is pretty cool. There's no knee bend, but let's be real here, there is literally no knees, and we do get a really good pivot right here, and we do get some forward and back movement in the foot, and a swivel here in the thigh as well. So articulation for monkey mode is pretty good for what it is, and this is definitely a really cool looking mode. Now, I would like to cover the 2nd mode, which is really just this, but you'll see what I'm going to do. So basically, we're going to come around here to the back, take this entire section, just untab it like so, and this section right here will slide out from that little slot right there. Kind of just move the head up a little bit. So what this will do is this will turn into the little kind of board thing that he has. You just kind of tab that in like so. Come on. cooperate. You can do it. There we go. So yeah, so this is like that little board that he has. There's tabs here and tabs here. What those are utilized for are the tabs or the slots underneath the feet. So all you got to do is just line them up like so. It's a little hard to do this on camera. Do that and that. Tab that in and tab that in like so. And sorry, this is really difficult to do on camera for some reason. Do the same thing here on the other side. Just tab that in like so and tab that in like that. And now you have you have monkey on skateboard, and it doesn't stand really well. Okay, actually, there we go. Cool, yeah. So there we have him in his kind of skateboard type mode, or hoverboard, because yeah, it's a hoverboard. And yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's accurate to the show, so that's cool, but definitely will not refrain from saying that it is very, very bizarre. But you know, you could have them flying around or something like that, so that's cool, I guess. But that is the second mode. Now, like I mentioned earlier about like other Power of the Primes leader class figures having that certain gimmick, this also has a gimmick. If you may have noticed that this looks kind of weird, this is a whole other figure. So transformation is bring the leg down, bring that around, bring that down, rotate it, and then untab the arms from the sides, bring up the shoulder pads like so, bring this section, untab it like so, and bring that to the back. There's a tab right here and a slot right there. Line that up like so, tab that in, and realign that again. Come on, there we go. And last but not least, open this up like so, and bring up the head, and you have an Optimus Primal figure, which yeah. So it's a thing. It's a thing that they did. There's no like 8 mode for this or anything. That's something that they like did a lot with. But just for a quick comparison, here we have him next to the Kingdom Optimus Primal, and yeah, this is obviously the better figure. Yeah, so this is a thing, and it's interesting. I actually kind of like the way that it looks in some aspects. I love the head sculpt. This looks so good. I love the silver. I love how it is sculpted. The eyes are nicely painted. But yeah, very nice head sculpt. Just the rest of it, like I like kind of like the chest and like, you know, some of the Optimus Primal-y details. But it's so blocky, and I know why it's blocky, because it needs to turn into a goddamn hoverboard. But yeah, but I like it. It's an interesting concept, to say the least. We get a maximal sticker right here again with the stickers, but so we do get that. Posability on this figure, head rotates all the way around like so. The arms can not really actually, well, yeah, they can. Just, you know, this kind of blocks a little bit of it. The shoulder pads can move up and down, but that's for transformation. Arms can move, but that moves the shoulder pad, so that gets a bit annoying. And there is a ball joint in the elbow, but it kind of has this tendency to spring back like that, so that gets kind of annoying. No swivel in the waist, it's just static. The legs can kick forward that much, back not at all. Swivel in the thigh, they can go out about that far, and there is a really good bend at the knee. So that's really about it for articulation. Not really much you can do with this figure. It just kind of exists. Alright, so for this, I have Optimus Primal back into his hoverboard mode. So this is to prepare for mode 2, which is technically mode 3. So basically, this will be the aircraft mode. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to pop these off for now. These are some accessories I will cover really soon. Pop that off. There we go. And so we have that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come around here to the back, take the feet, fold them up like so. Nothing really tabs in, they just kind of sit back there like so. Angle these little fins to the back like so. Take the head, flip it inside, rotate it around, bring that back down. Next, take the arms, bring them forward like so. Bring the arm forward like that, rotate it around like so. Keep the hand forward like that. Do the same thing on the other side, like that, like that, like that, and like that. Next, take the wings right here to the sides, bring them out like so, and like so. And last but not least, I'm going to kind of bring these down again just for clearance. Take the hoverboard section right here and untab this section right here just like that. And now we will tab in the hoverboard section to the top of the figure like so and like so. And then now what we're going to do is there are little tabs right here and here. There are little slots there. So we're just going to align those with the tabs. If I can get it, there we go. Do that. And then do that like so. And then last but not least, we're just going to take this section and bring it. Yeah, there's a few things that I did not film. This is not the easiest to transform, especially on camera, but here we have the flight mode, and it looks bad. It looks pretty bad, but at the same time, it's accurate. So I can't blame the figure, and I can't blame Hasbro for that. It's just going to look bizarre as a jet, but it's a thing you can do, and it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. And now for the moment we have all been waiting for, the official robot mode. So first, what we're going to do is take this entire section, pop it off like so, off to the side, and then to start off, what we're going to do is come around here to the legs, bring them down, kind of bring them out like that, and clip it into place like so. Bring up the foot and bring that into place, and then just take this section and flip that back. Then do the same thing on the other side. Untab that, bring that up like so, tab that in, bring up the foot, bring back the fin, and there we have the legs all done. Next, rotate the waist. I should probably move this up. I forget how big this thing is. Rotate the waist around like so. And then take these sections right here and bring them up like that. Time to move up the camera once again and bring it down the arm like so. Bring this down, bring the fin down and back. Rotate this around, rotate the hand around, rotate the thumb around. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring that up, bring that down. Bring this up like so. Lock that into place. Rotate that. Rotate that, rotate that, rotate that, and bring that down. There. Actually, that should be on. Oh, no, that's aligned. Okay, cool. So there we have the basic robot mode section done. And just get that lined up like so. And so there we have that. Now, move this back a bit. There we go. So now for this section right here, what we are going to do, I'm going to take these sections, bring them off like so, bring this section down, come on, like so, and take this section, untab that like so, align that again, bring up this section right here. This will be the robot mode head. Tab that into place. I'm afraid that's going to break one day. It's such a very tight tab segment, so I'm really afraid that that head's gonna break one day, and I hope that doesn't happen, but what can you do? And then take this section and bring this part is always weird with me because it's just such a weird segment. Come on, there we go, like so. Next, all we got to do, there are these clips right here and these little notches there. You're just going to line that up like so and kind of bring that in to place. Make sure I see what I'm doing here. Bring that into place like so. You got to make sure that that aligns with that properly, and then bring that down, and it doesn't really tab in or anything, it just kind of sits there. Come around here to the back, these little notches right here will tab into these little holes on the back, and I didn't mean to do that. Do that, and kind of realign everything like so. The thing that does suck about this figure is it's very loose for me, especially considering like how big it is. So that is a thing that does kind of suck. But there we have Optimal Optimus in his robot mode, and this looks so good. Now there are some things that you can do with this figure, so like to where you have options with how you want it to look. So you know, if you want to like bring up these wing sections, you can do so. I gotta move my camera back a bit because this thing is massive. So you can, like, you know, have the wings up like that. So that's a thing you could do. I just prefer to have them down like that. So that's something. And then on the sides of the arms here, these parts actually come off like that. And they're just little gauntlet sections. Underneath, there's some like more detail, but these are all just stickers. So nothing really new there. And you have these ports right here on the top. And you also have these little kind of tab sections, and you can just take that and pop that on top like so. You gotta align it like that, and this is really hard to do. That, come on, there, and then you have that, and do the same thing on the other side. It's really hard to do because of how loose this figure is. It's painfully loose. There we go. And then do the same thing on that side. Just take that, tab that in, and you have a different look for Optimal Optimus. Now he has the taller shoulders that he has sometimes in the show, and that's my preferred like look for this figure. I really like how this looks. It's so cool. But yeah, now I did mention earlier you do get two accessories, these little guns. It's pretty cool detail on them, and they are in like a metallic kind of silver color, but these do port together like so. So you can make a longer gun, and right here there's a port on the thumb, so you can just pop that in there like so. It's a bit hard to do. And now Big Monkey have comically skinny gun. This looks so intimidating but so silly at the same time. I love it. Now, like most of the other Power of the Primes leader class figures, we actually do get another accessory here. If we come here to the chest and open this up, we get not the Matrix of Leadership, but it contains, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Beast Wars in a long time, but I'm pretty sure this contains the essence, or at least a portion of the essence of the Matrix of Leadership. But this does look very cool. This is actually two parts. This part does come out. You can interchange these. There's like different Matrix chambers. Here's another like Matrix chamber that we got with the Rodimus Unicronus leader class figure. So we do get a lot of these. We did get a lot of them when Power of the Primes was out, but lots of really cool detail for this section right here. And we do get a clear spark chamber, which does have light piping, so that is pretty cool. And that just pops right into there. Make sure that the little groove right here at the bottom aligns with the head, and pop that into the chest like so, and pop that back down, and we have that there. So yeah, lots of really cool features on this figure. But yeah. And when it comes to the articulation in a robot mode, there are some parts from the gorilla mode that did carry over into the robot mode, but we do have a lot more. I'm just going to show like what the new parts are. You know, you got to swivel at the head right here, no up and down or anything. It's literally just a mushroom peg. Obviously swivel at the waist. Legs, there's a lot more range now because of, well, you know, now he has knees. Speaking of knees can bend about that much, kick forward about that much, and yeah, so that's really about it when it comes to the full articulation of this figure. But yeah, just everything looks so good. And now I do want to go over something real quick because I did not go over the head. The head looks really nice on this figure. It kind of looks like he's wearing a construction hat. He looks like a construction worker, honestly. But you know, you do get like the funny goatee. That's what that kind of looks like now. We get the mouth, all that kind of stuff. The very Optimus Prime style head, and I love it. And we do get red eyes, which does confuse me, but it's a thing. So yeah, all of the detail for robot mode is very nice, and this is just an overall fun figure. I just wish it wasn't so difficult to transform in certain aspects. Like, it's a very simple transformation, just certain parts of it get really finicky, and it kind of makes it worse considering how loose the legs are, at least like the joints in the legs. I could probably fix that, but I don't have the time or resources to do so. But yeah. And for some size comparisons, here we have the Power of the Primes Optimal Optimus next to the Kingdom Optimus Primal. They look great together. I really hope that we get a new version of the Transmetals Optimus Primal. I mean, like, having all of these together, even though this is the original toy, looks really cool. But I want a new version of this figure so badly. But honestly, these two also look really good together. Here we have him next to the Netflix Earthrise Optimus Prime. And for some context, here we have him next to the original Optimal Optimus toy. And a comparison with the figure I'm going to have in my next review, the Transformers Legacy Transmetals 3 Megatron. These two look so good together. And for my final comments on this figure, I think this is a great recreation of the original Optimal Optimus toy, and they definitely did a good job of capturing the look of Optimal Optimus from Season 3 of Beast Wars. This is a really good figure. If you can find it for a decent price, I would highly recommend picking it up. I think it may still be available on Big Bad Toy Store, so if you want to pick it up there, then go ahead. But don't hold me to that. I just saw that it was in stock on Big Bad Toy Store on Google. So, you know, if I'm wrong about that, then you can blame Google. But this is a really good figure. I would, like, again, highly recommend it. Great articulation, lots of fun features, fun figure in general. Yeah, but anyways, guys, that is about it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.